Greetings, everyone. I am Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. For today's Divinely Guided Rune reading, for our weekly rune reading even, that is, we are going to go over no planetary aspects. That is right. Nothing is really shifting as majorly as it has in the past. So let's take a moment and breathe and kind of collect ourselves, okay? While we get ready for the next batch of changing energies that present themselves in our lives. All right, so for this divinely guided rune reading, please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's jump right into it, shall we? All right, everyone, how are we feeling? This is the singing bowl, and along with the singing bowl, we have this $2 note I put in there for representing uncommon abundance in our lives. While I ring out this singing bowl, we are cleansing this energetic space and setting intentions for today's divinely guided rune reading, while simultaneously giving gratitude for and inviting more uncommon abundance into our lives. I'd like to invite you now to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, not forcing any of the breath at all. Nice and slow and smooth. Concentrating on today's divinely guided rune reading. It's just a weekly rune reading. Take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. The question you have in your heart, in your mind, is what is meant to unfold for you here today with this divinely guided rune reading. Beautiful energies, y'all. How was that eclipse and all that aftercare? That's a lot. That was a lot. That was a big shift. So I'm really glad that we are doing this, and I'm thankful for that we're doing this sort of a non-heavenly body conforming sort of a rune reading where we get to just be present, be in the moment, and be now, and just receive the divine guidance with no other outside external influences whatsoever. All right, so that being said, let's get into today's divinely guided rune reading. And right off the bat, we're coming from that healed divine feminine, rather. Healed divine feminine work. This is Logos. This is the lake, dowsing, water, river, flow. It could be your flow state. It could be your healing intuition work that you've been working on. This is the divine feminine, though. So work around water is very, very paramount for divine feminine work. Even if you're not able to get in water, simply viewing water for about 20 minutes has a tremendous impact on your psychology, on your spirit, on your mentality. So even just like sitting at the beach, or if you can't get outdoors and sit at the beach, watch it on TV. It might take a little longer for it to take effect, but whatever. It's still doing its thing, right? You're still healing that intuition. You're coming from that beautiful place of your intuition being tuned up. And a lot of us have gotten a lot of that clarity from this eclipse energy. So a lot of us are still kind of picking up the pieces a little bit, I want to say. This is Manas. And so a Manas is the self. It's humanity. It's culture. This is a clan flag, and that's another clan flag, and they're facing each other. Now, what this implies is self versus other, or this versus that, a comparison, right? It invites comparison. This reminds us of like the world card in tarot. We're really knowing our place in the world, our label, this is, to me, it's indicative at first of like 3D labels, but it's really how we self-identify in the collective, in our spiritual families, in our cultures, respectively. And to notice these long-term energy fluctuations that do occur with these with the cyclical nature of life and this Manas rune, we're really in this definitive phase of growth. Now we're really wanting that clarity of, we have the intuition of coming from a place of kind of like a knowing, but we want to be 100%. We always want to be 100%. We might be overthinking this a little bit. So definitely get out of your head space, get into your heart space some more. When we're comparing, it shouldn't be, why do I not have what they have? It should be, why don't they have what I have? You know what I mean? It's sharing the abundance, sharing the knowledge, sharing the prosperity, sharing the wealth of spiritual experience, the wealth of spiritual energy in our life, so we can define and elevate our collective involvement even more. Now, for these upcoming next energies for this divinely guided weekly rune reading, Fehu is in the next bit of energies for us as we get buckled down into our aspects of finding out what this definition is, what this clarity is. We're kind of, with this aftercare that we just had, with that our heads are still kind of spinning a little bit, maybe after that eclipse energy, eclipse season. Okay, heightened intuition, heightened this is almost like a hyper fixating on where your place in the world is. Now, abundance is up in your current energy, or in your upcoming very soon energies. So this could mean cattle, responsibilities, wealth. How we view abundance might be shifting perspective. This is telling you to address your abundance needs. Okay, so this is actually tied closely to your abundance, how you identify, and you really at the same time, your abundance is closely tied to how you identify. This is self-employment. This is, or something personal that you're bringing to the table at your workplace that will increase abundance or increase responsibilities. Because with great power, great abundance, great wealth comes great responsibility, right? We can't just sit there and just spend money. Or we can't just sit there and sell cattle all day. We still have to feed the cattle, have to water the cattle, have to rotate their pastures, right? Have to groom them occasionally, right? Have to birth them, and occasionally they do die. So money comes, money goes. Abundance comes, abundance goes. Abundance brings with it inherent responsibilities to manage the money, to manage the abundance. Okay, are you managing yourself though, while you're getting into managing your abundance? Let's get into this and see what the action taken for the best outcome is. What's the action taken for the best outcome? Yeah, self-defense. This is Aries. This is the elk rune. This is divine protection, faith, moving forward. This is great. And I think these two can be interchangeable. But Aries is that, I like to call this one the George Michael rune because it's the rune of faith. So not a lot of people know that song, but regardless, it's the elk planting its hoof at the tundra, letting out that majestic bugle with this morning breath, just fogging up that morning air. How majestic that is. That's what you get to embody. That's you being your unique self. You are secure in going forward. You are divinely protected. You have this inherent self-defense. I'm not saying you to go ahead and take silly, unneeded, unnecessary risks. However, this is telling you that when your intuition about yourself and your abundance is accurate. So keep being yourself. This is about your individuality, and it is tied to your wealth. Kind of like my rune readings here, right? I do a very good 7 rune layout. But then I pull oracle cards, not standard. I pull chakra tokens, also not standard for a rune reading, right? So what I do is I'm embodying myself through my abundance work and knowing that I'm divinely protected here as I move forward. I have faith. I have faith in this. This isn't the only facet of my business either. With the runes, I see other vendors out there. Yeah, they make runes too. Okay, so what? Just because somebody else is doing it and they have a really good looking product doesn't mean I can't do it too. So somewhere along the lines there, you got to take that leap and know that you're divinely protected moving forward. Okay, your thoughts, feelings, and emotions aren't addressing your needs. So pay those bills. You got a sneaky bill out there, I'm being told, or unexpected expense. Know that though, no matter what happens, you are divinely protected. This is novice. This is addressing your needs. This is that log across the path. Remember, when that log isn't moved, it can fall and align with your path and turn into Isa, that's repeating life lessons, stuck rigid. Okay. Remember though that when we transmute this rune, Navis, it's a discipline when we're addressing our needs. So then we turn into Tiwas. We take this bit up here, we move it to the top, right? We're clearing that path and making this fit our will with our abundance, right? So this is our discipline practice, our victory. So this is now this is indicative of needs constraints. All right, so there might be some financial needs and constraints. Just know that you're divinely protected no matter what. Go ahead and take that leap. Make that step forward. If you don't, this is what you risk losing. Yeah, riding along with the energetic waves, right? The more you resist, the less of a good time you're gonna have. This is like the universe going, shh, just take it. Because you know what? This is gonna happen regardless, no matter what. Rido is change of house, spouse, or career. Now, Rido is usually a physical, literal manifestation of movement. So that pebble can be thrown into the pond. The wave can propagate from that, and you can put your hand in front of it, but you're not going to stop that wave. It's going to hit the shore. It'll come back and bounce your hand anyway. So what point is there resisting that wave, right? The more we go along with it, the more pleasant of an experience it'll be. Right? You ever been surfing or seen surfers on TV? They don't try to go through some of those humongous waves. I mean, they can go up and over them. They don't try to go straight through them. They work with them. They ride those, right? So you're kind of called to do that too when you are being more fixated on this label. When you're more fixated on what this means to you, you're not in your divine feminine anymore. Okay? So definitely harken back to the times of your keyed in intuition. This might be calling you to visit a body of water, okay? To heal your intuition, your emotional healing work, okay? So, because a lot of this is tied into how you see yourself, how you see abundance, all right, how you feel you're divinely protected. You're addressing those needs though, and I really feel like this risk of loss of movement here is more like just stagnation in the workplace, in the business, in the workplace, or stagnation with this label moving forward. Like you can't quite put your finger on it. You've been trying to put your finger on it for a couple weeks now, and you just can't quite seem to. Well, you know what? You got to go within. You got to go in with meditate, go within, and then that journey can continue. Because right now you're kind of hyper fixated on your place in the world. And just, you got to really know that you're protected. You're a beautiful being. You are in abundance. You are addressing those needs. The universe says it is up to you. Perthos the Gambler's Cup, y'all. You know how you're entering it. you could take this turn, you take that turn, and you turn around and you come out this end. You know you came out of the same room, but you're in a different spot, and you don't know how you're turned around, but you got turned around. So this is kind of like the initiation phase, or a kind of a competition, or a friendly competition phase, or a birthing. This could also represent a birth or pregnancy. So what I mean by that is, how the conception of a birth would occur, obviously, but then a number of things can happen while pregnancy gestates, right? And while things occur before birth, there's that 9-month period, a lot of stuff can happen. So that's just an example. So this could be birthing your new business, your new career, your new self, your new identity. Are you going to let it? Or are you going to fight this? I think you're divinely protected, so you might as well just go for it. Take that leap. Take a couple steps back if you gotta. Sometimes you gotta take a couple steps back to take a longer leap. That's fine. Perthos, the Gambler's Cup. That's the Kenny Rogers rune. So we got the George Michael and the Kenny Rogers here supporting you. It's a whole rock star event, and you're in the mix. Look at you, center stage. This is the universe also shrugging its shoulders, saying, you know what, you're divinely guided. You got your intuition working this out for you. That inkling, that intuition that you had in the beginning, you're carrying that through with you to the end. Right? You believe in yourself. So what if others don't? They're going to knock you down occasionally. They're going to send you going within occasionally. But don't let it affect your abundance. You're divinely protected. Stay in your disciplines by addressing your needs and constraints. Pay those long overdue bills too. And set yourself up for success. All right? Instead of, you can manifest this too. You can manifest this happening. Yeah, you're taking that gamble to go for wealth, instead of thinking about wealth and then finally taking the gamble. Okay? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. These are the Soul's Journey cards we're going to pull for clarity. Soul's Journey cards are messages straight from divine, directly to your spirit, straight from source, straight to your soul. Divine, please show us clearly, what message of clarity do you have for today's divinely guided rune reading, our weekly rune reading? I believe it would be April, I don't know what the date would be at the time, but divinely guided rune reading nonetheless, please. A little bit of clarity for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boy, that card wants to stand up true. That card actually, excuse my sniffles, allergies, y'all. So I want to point out a couple things about what just happened with this card. It went straight at this rune. This is the rune of Aries. This is the trusted energetic source that's proven itself to you time and time again. It is not part of this. Okay. However, these are out for decoration to kind of show you what I have. This is friendship, the card that came by and sought this rune. Okay? There's a friendship out there that is your trusted energetic source of the past. This is a bonus, y'all. This is that friendship that wants to come through for you. Let it. Okay? This says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Friends are always here for a reason. A reason, a season, or a lifetime. Now let's read about that friendship card. What a beautiful mandala too. All those patterns, all those colors working in harmony. Again, this says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. All humans are created from the same source, but there are some souls that share a unique kinship. Friendship can be the most exciting and beautiful experience on earth, but it can also be frustrating and heartbreaking. Understand that everyone in your path is here to teach you something. It may be for a year or a lifetime. Together, you will teach each other various lessons of the heart, such as trust, love, loyalty, and admiration. The bonds of friendship are often stronger than those of family. You have formed a bridge of understanding between the two that has stood the test of time and of lifetimes, plural. A true friend will illuminate your path instead of dim it. He or she will give advice to your best interests at heart. To be able to communicate at a soul level with another human being is the biggest treasure of the physical dimension. Y'all, I value that so much too. I would rather have one awesome friend in my life than all the money in the world. Honestly. Let's get a message of clarity from the fairies. Fairies, please show us clearly what message of clarity you have for us today for this divinely guided rune reading. Fairies are divinely guided beings that love to assist us and others on their journeys. Your wish is granted. Guys, I can't make this stuff up. Your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. We're going to put that right by Fehu here. Where else? Where else would I put it? Your wish is granted. So this might be love for some of you. I really think this is career oriented, but this could be love. This could be love. Take that leap. Your wish is granted. Let's read more about this card. All right, it's right at the end here. And what you've asked for is coming true as a reminder of what this says. The fairies know how to magically manifest all of their material needs and desires. And so they also assist people like yourself in making dreams come true. This card represents that the fairies are very happy to grant your wish. They work in concert with all of the universal forces and energies, but you can also help your prayer rapidly manifest by going with the flow in your own life. Stay as centered and peaceful as possible because negativity could block your desire. Negativity, that aspect, this ego self, this ego work really needs to be done, y'all. Look within and heal this ego for real. Additional meanings for this card are a loved one is planning a surprise for you, or your thoughts are manifesting into form very quickly. So be sure your silent prayers and spoken words are aligned with your desires and not your fears. That's a huge one, y'all. You could screw yourself over just by thinking it. Yeah. Know you have divine protection. Guys, this is one of the most powerful runes you can possibly fathom. And this is your recommended action for this coming week is just knowing that you are in the faith. Coming from that divine protection, addressing those needs as you work towards your abundance, refining it, right? Taking that leap, coming from that place of flow. It's all beautiful energies, y'all. This flow state, keep it going. Keep it going. Keep riding with those energies, and we'll have to see on the next rune reading, won't we? Another meaning for this card is trust in the universe. Or, finally, keep a sense of wonder and awe. So, let's go ahead and pull a chakra token. I always pull a chakra token at the end of the rune readings to go over our aftercare sort of practices, meditation practices. This is the root chakra. 2 rune readings in a row. We got the root chakra, 396 hertz solfeggio frequency. 396 hertz. And that mudra is, again, with that hand prayer position, we're interlocking these fingers, keeping the middle fingers pointed up, and we're folding these other 2 in. Okay? Now we're going to point that down, and as the color red is 396 hertz. Okay, and that mantra again is, I have it, it's LAM, I believe. Yes. So that mantra is LAM, reciting RAM, 396 hertz. Root chakra. Root chakra will definitely help us with this divine protection, with addressing our needs, with knowing our sense of security, our sense of flow, our sense of abundance are sought after, are not sought after, are looked after, are well taken care of. So we can go ahead and address our needs and take that gamble going into the future here. Your wish is granted. You got a friendship on your side working through this. Maybe your friend is becoming your lover. Wouldn't that be a blessing? What a blessed and divinely guided rune reading. I've been Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. Thank you again for allowing me in this energetic space here with you. That mudra and mantra again is we're going to go, I'm not flipping you off, okay? But that's with these two interlocked, the middle fingers up. We're folding these other two in like that. We're closing down with the wrist here. We're just going to point this nice and just extend our arms south, right? Do the 396 hertz solfeggio frequency, reciting the mantra LAM, L-A-M, while emanating that beautiful red root chakra energy throughout your whole entire body from that chakra center. What a beautiful energy to be a part of, y'all. You are in abundance. Okay, we just need to calm down, take a beat, and just be secure in knowing that we are divinely protected. We are able to be our unique, beautiful selves, no matter what was told to us in the past, no matter what the future might look like. Right now, we get to be us. We get to be ourselves. I get to be me. You get to be you. How beautiful is that? Thank you for joining me again today. If you'd like a rune reading from me or any of these necklaces that you've seen or any of the rune sets that you have seen, you can contact me at youressentialpractice@gmail.com. I'm also available there for rune readings and other eventualities such as Reiki therapy, Reiki education. I also do in-person sauna and infrared care, PEMF, RIFE, frequency therapy, and the list just continues to go on there. So namaste. Have a blessed and abundant day.